Good way to start out by coughing. All right, so welcome everyone to Bear Sheath Farm with your host, Levite Khan. I'm going to take a minute. I'm going to fill my coffee up my cup up with a little more coffee. Just give me a minute or two or whatever. Take me long. Okay, let's see what we can do here. Hold on. Everyone's ready. Well, is this working? Okay. Should be. All right. All right, ladies and gentlemen. Tonight we'll be reading chapters 6 through 10 in the book of Judges. And then I'll do a little chatting, I guess. I really don't have a lot prepped. But I do kind of know the generalities of what's going on. If anyone has any other stuff, they can go ahead and feel free to type it in, And as you know, I always take some time to look at the chat pretty regularly. So anyway, rather than talk about it right now, let's just go ahead and get to the reading. So, Judges chapter 6. And the children of Israel did evil in the sight of the Lord, and the Lord delivered them into the hand of Midian 7 years. And the land of Midian prevailed against Israel, and because of the Midianites, the children of Israel made them the dens, which are in the mountains and caves and strongholds. And so it was, when Israel had sown, that the Midianites came up, and the Amalekites and the children of the east, even they came up against them. And they encamped against them, and destroyed the increase of the earth, till thou come unto Gaza, and left no sustenance for Israel, neither sheep nor ox nor ass. For they came up with their cattle and their tents, and they came as grasshoppers for multitude, both they and their camels without number, and they entered into the land to destroy it. And Israel was greatly impoverished because of the Midianites, and the children of Israel cried unto the Lord. And it came to pass, when the children of Israel cried unto the Lord because of the Midianites, that the Lord sent a prophet unto the children of Israel, and said unto them, Thus saith the Lord God of Israel, I brought you up from Egypt, and brought you forth out of the house of bondage, and I delivered you out of the hand of the Egyptians, and out of the hand of all that oppressed you, and drave them out from before you, and gave you their land. And I said unto you, I am the Lord your God. Fear not the gods of the Amorites, in whose land ye dwell. But ye have not obeyed my voice. And there came an angel of the Lord, and sat under an oak, which was an Ophrah, that pertained unto Joash the Abiezrite. And his son Gideon threshed wheat by the winepress to hide it from the Midianites. And the angel of the Lord appeared unto him, and said unto him, The Lord is with thee, thou mighty man of valor. And Gideon said unto him, O my Lord, if the Lord be with us, why then is all this befallen us? And where be all his miracles which our fathers told us of, saying, Did not the Lord bring us up from Egypt? But now the Lord hath forsaken us, and delivered us into the hands of the Midianites. And the Lord looked upon him and said, Go in this thy might, and thou shalt save Israel from the hand of the Midianites. Have not I sent thee? And he said unto them, O my Lord, wherewith shall I save Israel? Behold, my family is poor in Manasseh, and I am the least in my father's house. And the Lord said unto him, Surely I will be with thee, and thou shalt smite the Midianites as one man. And he said unto him, If now I have found grace in thy sight, then shew me a sign that thou talkest with me. Depart not hence, I pray thee, until I come unto thee, and bring forth my present, and set it before thee. And he said, I will tarry until thou come again. Before going to verse 19, welcome and shalom to Craig Hayden. How you doing? And Gideon went in and made ready a kid and unleavened cakes of an ephah of flour. The flesh he put in a basket, and he put the broth in a pot, and brought it out unto him under the oak, and presented it. And the angel of God said unto him, Take the flesh and the unleavened cakes, and lay them upon this rock, and pour out the broth. And he did so. Then the angel of the Lord put forth the end of the staff that was in his hand, and touched the flesh and the unleavened cakes, and there rose up fire out of the rock, and consumed the flesh and the unleavened cakes. Then the angel of the Lord departed out of his sight. And when Gideon perceived that he was an angel of the Lord, Gideon said, Alas, O Lord God, for because I have seen an angel of the Lord face to face. And the Lord said unto him, Peace be unto thee, fear not, thou shalt not die. Then Gideon built an altar there unto the Lord, and called it Jehovah Shalom, and that would be Yehovah Shalom. Where was I? Forgive my cataracts. Give me a second. Yeah, Yehovah Shalom. Unto this day, it is yet an Ophrah of the Abiezrites. And it came to pass the same night that the Lord said unto him, Take thy father's young bullock, even the second bullock of 7 years old, and throw down the altar of Baal that thy father hath, and cut down the grove that is by it, and build an altar unto the Lord thy God upon the top of this rock in the ordered place, and take the second bullock, and offer a burnt sacrifice with the wood of the grove which thou shalt cut down. Before I go on to verse 27, welcome and shalom to Carolyn Gannon. Glad you're here. Verse 27, Then Gideon took 10 men of his servants, and did as the Lord had said unto him. And so it was, because he feared his father's household and the men of the city, that he could not do it by day, that he did it by night. And when the men of the city arose early in the morning, behold, the altar of Baal was cast down, and the grove was cut down that was by it, and the second bullock was offered upon the altar that was built. And they said one to another, Who hath done this thing? And when they inquired and asked, they said, Gideon, the son of Joash, hath done this thing. Then the men of the city said unto Joash, Bring out thy son, that he may die, because he hath cast down the altar of Baal, and because he hath cut down the grove that was by it. And Joash said unto all that stood against him, Will ye plead for Baal? Will ye save him? He that will plead for him, let him be put to death whilst it is yet morning. If he be a god, let him plead for himself, because one hath cast down his altar. Therefore on that day he called him Jerubbaal, saying, Let Baal plead against him, because he hath thrown down his altar. Then all the Midianites and the Amalekites and the children of the east were gathered together and went over and pitched in the valley of Jezreel. But the Spirit of the Lord came upon Gideon, and he blew a trumpet, and Abiezer was gathered after him. And he sent messengers throughout all Manasseh, who also was gathered after him. And he sent messengers unto Asher, and unto Zebulun, and unto Naphtali, and they came up to meet them. And Gideon said unto God, If thou wilt save Israel by mine hand, as thou hast said, behold, I will put a fleece of wool in the floor, and if the dew be on the fleece only, and it be dry upon all the earth beside, then shall I know that thou wilt save Israel by mine hand, as thou hast said. And it was so, for he arose up early on the morrow, and thrust the fleece together, and wringed out the dew out of the fleece, and bowl full of water. And Gideon said unto God, Let not thine anger be hot against me, and I will speak but this once. Let me prove, I pray thee, but this once with the fleece. Let it now be dry only upon the fleece, and upon all the ground let there be dew. And God did so that night, for it was dry upon the fleece only, and there was dew on all the ground. And that's all 40 verses of Judges chapter 7. All right, let's continue on. Chapter 7. And then Jerubbaal, who is Gideon, and all the people that were with him rose up early and pitched beside the well of Harod, so that the host of the Midianites were on the north side of them by the hill of Moreh in the valley. And the Lord said unto Gideon, The people that are with thee are too many for me to give the Midianites into their hands, lest Israel vaunt themselves against me, saying, Mine own hand hath saved me. Now therefore go to, proclaim in the ears of the people, saying, Whosoever is fearful and afraid, let him return and depart early from Mount Gilead. And there returned of the people 22,000, and there remained 10,000. And the Lord said unto Gideon, The people are yet too many. Bring them down unto the water, and I will try them for thee there. And it shall be that of whom I say unto thee, This shall go with thee, the same shall go with thee. And of whomsoever I say unto thee, This shall not go with thee, the same shall not go. So he brought down the people unto the water, and the Lord said unto Gideon, Every one that lappeth of the water with his tongue, as a dog lappeth, him shalt thou set by himself. Likewise, every one that boweth down upon his knees to drink. And the number of them that lapped, putting their hand to their mouth, were 300 men, but all the rest of the people bowed down upon their knees to drink water. And the Lord said unto Gideon, By the 300 men that lapped will I save you, and deliver the Midianites into thine hand, and let all the other people go every man unto his place. So the people took victuals in their hand and their trumpets, and he sent all the rest of Israel, every man unto his tent, and retained those 300 men, and the host of Midian was beneath him in the valley. And it came to pass the same night that the Lord said unto him, Arise, get thee down unto the host, for I have delivered it into thine hand. But if thou fear to go down, go thou with Phurah thy servant down to the host, and thou shalt hear what they say, and afterward shall thine hands be strengthened to go down unto the host. Then went he down with Phurah his servant unto the side of the armed men that were in the host. And the Midianites and the Amalekites and all the children of the east lay along in the valley like grasshoppers for multitude, and their camels were without number as the sand by the seaside for multitude. And when Gideon was come, behold, there was a man that told a dream unto his fellow, and said, Behold, I dreamed a dream, and lo, a cake of barley bread tumbled into the host of Midian, and came unto a tent, and smote it, that it fell, and overturned it, and the tent lay along. And his fellow answered and said, This is nothing else save the sword of Gideon, the son of Joash, a man of Israel. For into his hand hath God delivered Midian and all the host. And it was so, when Gideon heard the telling of the dream and the interpretation thereof, that he worshipped and returned into the host of Israel, and said, Arise, for the Lord hath delivered into your hand the host of Midian. And he divided the 300 men into 3 companies, and he put a trumpet in every man's hand, with empty pitchers and lamps within the pitchers. And he said unto them, Look on me, and do likewise. And behold, when I come to the outside of the camp, it shall be that, as I do, so shall ye do. When I blow with a trumpet, I and all that are with me, then blow ye the trumpets also on every side of all the camp, and say, the sword of the Lord and of Gideon. So Gideon and the 100 men that were with him came unto the outside of the camp in the beginning of the middle watch, and they had but newly set the watch, and they blew the trumpets and brake the pitchers that were in their hands. And just give me a minute, folks. Okay, verse 20. And the 3 companies blew the trumpets and brake the pitchers, and held the lamps in their left hands, and the trumpets in their right hands to blow withal. And they cried, the sword of the Lord and of Gideon. And they stood every man in his place round about the camp, and all the host ran and cried and fled. And the 300 blew the trumpets, and the Lord set every man's sword against his fellow, even through all the host. And the host fled of Bethshittah in Zererath into the border of Ebel Meholah unto Tabath, or Tabbath. And the men of Israel gathered themselves together out of Naphtali and out of Asher and out of all Manasseh, and pursued after the Midianites. And Gideon sent messengers throughout all Mount Ephraim, saying, come down against the Midianites, and take before them the waters unto Bethbara and Jordan. Then all the men of Ephraim gathered themselves together, and took the waters unto Bethbara and Jordan. And they took 2 princes of the Midianites, Oreb and Zeeb, and they slew Oreb upon the rock of Oreb, and Zeeb they slew at the winepress of Zeeb, and pursued Midian, and brought the heads of Oreb and Zeeb to Gideon on the other side Jordan. And that's all 25 verses of Judges chapter 7. Oh, man. Sorry about that. I had a side ache there for a minute. All right. Let's continue on to chapter 8 here. Chapter 8. And the men of Ephraim said unto him, why hast thou served us thus, that thou calledst us not when thou wentest to fight with the Midianites? And they did chide with him sharply. And he said unto them, what have I done now in comparison of you? Is not the gleaning of the grapes of Ephraim better than the vintage of Abiezer? God hath delivered into your hands the princes of Midian, Oreb, and Zeeb. And what was I able to do in comparison of you? Then their anger was abated toward him when he had said that. And Gideon came to Jordan and passed over, he and the 300 men that were with him, faint yet pursuing them. And he said unto the men of Succoth, give, I pray you, loaves of bread unto the people that follow me, for they be faint, and I am pursuing after Zebah and Zalmunna, kings of Midian. And the princes of Succoth said, are the hands of Zebah and Zalmunna now in thine hand, that we should give bread unto thine army? And Gideon said, therefore, when the Lord hath delivered Zebah and Zalmunna into mine hand, then I will tear your flesh with the thorns of the wilderness and with briars. And he went up thence to Penuel and spake unto them likewise. And the men of Penuel answered him as the men of Succoth had answered him. And he spake also unto the men of Penuel, saying, when I come again in peace, I will break down this tower. Now Zebah and Zalmunna were in Karkor, and their hosts with them, about 15,000 men, all that were left of all the hosts of the children of the east. For there fell 120,000 men that drew sword. And Gideon went up by the way of them that dwelt in tents on the east of Nobah and Jogbehah, and smote the host, for the host was secure. And when Zebah and Zalmunna fled, he pursued after them, and took the 2 kings of Midian, Zebah and Zalmunna, and discomfited all the host. And Gideon, the son of Joash, returned from battle before the sun was up, and caught a young man of the men of Succoth, and inquired of him, and he described unto him the princes of Succoth and the elders thereof, even 70 men, which in today's terms is 77. Verse 15, and he came unto the men of Succoth and said, behold, Zebah and Zalmunna, with whom ye did upbraid me, saying, are the hands of Zebah and Zalmunna now in thine hand, that we should give bread unto thy men that are weary? And he took the elders of the city and thorns of the wilderness and briars, and with them he taught the men of Succoth. And he beat down the tower of Penuel and slew the men of the city. Then said he unto Zebah and Zalmunna, what manner of men were they whom ye slew at Tabor? And they answered, as thou art, so are they. Each one resembled the children of a king. And he said, they were my brethren, even the sons of my mother. As the Lord liveth, if ye had saved them alive, I would not slay you. And he said unto Jether, his firstborn, up and slay them. But the youth drew not a sword, for he feared, because he was yet a youth. Then Zebah and Zalmunna said, rise thou, and fall upon us. For as the man is, so is his strength. And Gideon arose and slew Zebah and Zalmunna, and took away the ornaments that were on their camels' necks. Then the men of Israel said unto Gideon, rule thou over us, both thou and thy son's son also, for thou hast delivered us from the hand of Midian. And Gideon said unto them, I will not rule over you, neither shall my son rule over you. The Lord shall rule over you. And Gideon said unto them, I would desire a request of you, that you would give me every man the earrings of his prey, for they had golden earrings, because they were Ishmaelites. And they answered, we will willingly give them. And they spread a garment, and did cast therein every man the earrings of his prey. And the weight of the golden earrings that he requested was 1,700 shekels of gold, besides ornaments and collars and purple raiment that was on the kings of Midian, and beside the chains that were about their camels' necks. And Gideon made an ephod thereof, and put it in his city, even in Ophrah, and all Israel went thither, a whoring after it, which thing became a snare unto Gideon and to his house. Thus was Midian subdued before the children of Israel, so that they lifted up their heads no more, and the country was in quietness 40 years in the days of Gideon. And Jerubbaal the son of Joash went and dwelt in his own house, and Gideon had 70 sons of his body begotten, for he had many wives. Okay, 70 would be 70 in today's terms. Verse 31, and his concubine that was in Shechem, she also bare him a son, whose name he called Abimelech. And Gideon the son of Joash died in a good old age, and was buried in the sepulchre of Joash his father in Ophrah of the Abiezrites. And it came to pass, as soon as Gideon was dead, that the children of Israel turned again, and went to whoring after Baalim, and made Baal Berith their God. And the children of Israel remembered not the Lord their God, who had delivered them out of their hands of all their enemies on every side. Neither shewed they kindness to the house of Jerubbaal, namely Gideon, according to all the goodness which he had showed unto Israel. And that's all 35 verses of Judges, chapter 8. Okay. Oh, wow. This is a long chapter for the Bible. Chapter 9 will be 57 verses. Alrighty then. Let's see. Go figure. That's all right. You love God's word, it doesn't matter. Chapter 9 of Judges. And Abimelech, the son of Jerubbaal, went to Shechem unto his mother's brethren, and communed with them and with all the family of the house of his mother's father, saying, Speak, I pray you, in the ears of all the men of Shechem, whether it is better for you either that all the sons of Jerubbaal, which are 70, which is 70 persons, reign over you, or that one reign over you. Remember also that I am your bone and your flesh. And his mother's brethren spake of him in the ears of all the men of Shechem all these words, and their hearts inclined to follow Abimelech, for they said, He is our brother. And they gave him 70 pieces of silver, which should be 70 pieces, out of the house of Baal Berith, there wherewith Abimelech hired vain and light persons which followed him. And he went unto his father's house at Ophrah, and slew his brethren, the sons of Jerubbaal, being 70 persons upon one stone. Notwithstanding, yet Jotham, the youngest son of Jerubbaal, was left, for he hid himself. And all the men of Shechem gathered together, and all the house of Millo, and went and made Abimelech king by the plain of the pillar that was in Shechem. And when they told it to Jotham, he went and stood in the top of Mount Gerizim, and lifted up his voice and cried and said unto them, Hearken unto me, ye men of Shechem, that God may hearken unto you. The trees went forth on a time to anoint a king over them, and they said unto the olive tree, Reign over us. But the olive tree said unto them, Should I leave my fatness, wherewith by me they honor God and man, and go to be promoted over the trees? And the trees said to the fig tree, Come down, reign over us. But the fig tree said unto them, Should I forsake my sweetness and my good fruit, and go to be promoted over the trees? Then said the trees unto the vine, Come down, reign over us. And the vine said unto them, Should I leave my wine, which cheereth God and man, and go to be promoted over the trees? Then said all the trees unto the bramble, Come down, reign over us. And the bramble said unto the trees, If in truth ye anoint me and king over you, then come and put your trust in my shadow. And if not, let fire come out of the bramble and devour the cedars of Lebanon. Now therefore, if ye have done truly and sincerely, in that ye have made Abimelech king, and ye have dwelt well with Jerubbaal in his house, and have done unto him according to the deserving of his hands. For my father fought for you, and adventured his life far, and delivered you out of the hand of Midian. And ye are risen up against my father's house this day, and have slain his sons 70 persons upon one stone, and have made Abimelech the son of his maidservant king over the men of Shechem, because he is your brother. If ye then have dealt truly and sincerely with Jerubbaal and with his house this day, then rejoice ye in Abimelech, and let him also rejoice in you. Let me look here. Okay. But if not, let fire come out from Abimelech and devour the men of Shechem and the house of Millo, and let fire come out from the men of Shechem and from the house of Millo, and devour Abimelech. And Jotham ran away and fled, and went to Beer, and dwelt there for fear of Abimelech his brother. When Abimelech had reigned 3 years over Israel, then God sent an evil spirit between Abimelech and the men of Shechem. And the men of Shechem dealt treacherously with Abimelech, that the cruelty done to the 70 sons of Jerubbaal might come, and their blood laid upon Abimelech their brother, which slew them, and upon the men of Shechem, which aided him in the killing of his brethren. And the men of Shechem sent liers in wait for him in the top of the mountains, and they robbed all that came along that way by them. And it was told Abimelech. And Gaal, the son of Ebed, came with his brethren and went over to Shechem, and the men of Shechem put their confidence in him. And they went out into the fields, and gathered their vineyards, and trode the grapes, and made merry, and went into the house of their God, and did eat and drink, and cursed Abimelech. And Gaal the son of Ebed said, Who is Abimelech, and who is Shechem, that we should serve him? Is not he the son of Jerubbaal, and Zebul his officer? Serve the men of Hamor, the father of Shechem. And why should we serve him? And would to God this people were under my hand, then would I remove Abimelech. And he said to Abimelech, Increase thine army, and come out. And when Zebul, the ruler of the city, heard the words of Gaal, the son of Ebed, his anger was kindled. And he sent messengers unto Abimelech privily, saying, Behold, Gaal, the son of Ebed, with his brethren, be come to Shechem, and behold, they fortify the city against thee. Now therefore, up by night, thou and the people that is with thee, and lie in wait in the field. And it shall be that in the morning, as soon as the sun is up, thou shalt rise early, and set upon the city, and behold, when he and the people that is with him come out against thee, then mayest thou do to them as thou shalt find occasion. And Abimelech rose up, and all the people that were with him by night, and they laid wait against Shechem in 4 companies. And Gaal the son of Ebed went out, and stood in the entering of the gate of the city, and Abimelech rose up, and the people that were with him, from lying in wait. And when Gaal saw the people, he said to Zebul, Behold, there come people down from the top of the mountains. And Zebul said unto him, Thou seest the shadow of the mountains as if they were men. And Gaal spoke again. And Gaal spake again, and said, See, there come people down by the middle of the land, and another company come along by the plain of Maon, Nenem. Then said Zabal unto him, Where is now thy mouth, wherewith thou saidst, Who is Abimelech that we should serve him? Is not this the people that thou hast despised? Go out, I pray now, and fight with them. And Gaal went out before the men of Shechem and fought with Abimelech. And Abimelech chased him, and he fled before him, and many were overthrown and wounded, even unto the entering of the gate. And Abimelech dwelt at Arumah, and Zabal thrust out Gaal and his brethren, that they should not dwell in Shechem. And it came to pass on the morrow that the people went out into the field, and they told Abimelech. And he took the people and divided them into 3 companies, and laid wait in the field, and looked, and behold, the people were come forth out of the city, and he rose up against them and smote them. And Abimelech and the company that was with him rushed forward and stood in the entering of the gate of the city, and the 2 other companies ran upon all the people that were in the fields and slew them. And Abimelech fought against the city all that day, and he took the city and slew the people that was therein, and beat down the city and sowed it with salt. And when all the men of the tower of Shechem heard that, they entered into and hold of the house of the god Berith. And it was told Abimelech that all the men of the tower of Shechem were gathered together. And Abimelech gat him up to Mount Zalmon, and he and all the people that were with him. And Abimelech took an axe in his hand, and cut down a bow from the trees, and took it, and laid it on his shoulder, and said unto the people that were with him, What ye have seen me do, make haste, and do as I have done. And all the people likewise cut down every man his bow, and followed Abimelech, and put them to the hold, and set the hold on fire upon them, so that all the men of the tower of Shechem died also, about 1,000 men and women. Then went Abimelech to Thebez, and encamped against Thebez, and took it. But there was a strong tower within the city, and thither fled all the men and women, and all they of the city, and shut it to them, and gat them up to the top of the tower. And Abimelech came unto the tower, and fought against it, and went hard unto the door of the tower to burn it with fire. And a certain woman cast a piece of a millstone upon Abimelech's head, and all to break his skull. Then he called hastily unto the young man his armor bearer, and said unto him, Draw thy sword, and slay me, that men say not of me, a woman slew him. And his young man thrust him through, and he died. And when the men of Israel saw that Abimelech was dead, they departed every man unto his place. Thus God rendered the wickedness of Abimelech, which he did unto his father, in slaying his 70 brethren. And all the evil of the men of Shechem did God render upon their heads, and upon them came the curse of Jotham, the son of Jerubbaal. And that's all 57 verses of Judges chapter 9. All right, one more chapter now. Then I'm going to fill up my coffee cup, and I'll do a little chatting here. So let's continue here. Let's do chapter 10. All right. And after Abimelech, there arose to defend Israel Tola, the son of Puah, the son of Judah, a man of Issachar, and he dwelt in Shemer in Mount Ephraim. And he judged Israel 23 years, and died, and was buried in Shemer. And after him arose Jair, a Gileadite, and judged Israel 22 years. And he had 30 sons that rose on 30 ass colts, and they had 30 cities, which are called Havoth Jair, unto this day, which are in the land of Gilead. And Jair died, and was buried in Canaan. And the children of Israel did evil again in the sight of the Lord, and served Baalim, and Ashtaroth, and the gods of Syria, and the gods of Zidon, and the gods of Moab, and the gods of the children of Ammon, and the gods of the Philistines, and forsook the Lord, and served not him. And the anger of the Lord was hot against Israel, and he sold them into the hands of the Philistines, and into the hands of the children of Ammon. And that year they vexed and opposed the children of Israel 18 years, all the children of Israel that were on the other side Jordan, in the land of the Amorites, which is in Gilead. Moreover, the children of Ammon passed over Jordan to fight also against Judah, and against Benjamin, and against the house of Ephraim, so that Israel was sore distressed. And the children of Israel cried unto the Lord, saying, We have sinned against thee, both because we have forsaken our God, and also served Baalim. And the Lord said unto the children of Israel, Did not I deliver you from the Egyptians, and from the Amorites, and from the children of Ammon, and from the Philistines? My tongue. The Zidonians also, and the Amalekites, and the Mannonites did oppress you, and ye cried unto me, and I delivered you out of their hand. Yet ye have forsaken me and served other gods, wherefore I will deliver you no more. Go and cry unto the gods which ye have chosen, let them deliver you in the time of your tribulation. And the children of Israel said unto the Lord, We have sinned. Do thou unto us whatsoever seemeth good unto thee. Deliver us only, we pray thee, this day. And they put away the strange gods from among them, and served the Lord, and his soul was grieved for the misery of Israel. And then the children of Ammon were gathered together and encamped in Gilead, and the children of Israel assembled themselves together and encamped in Mizpah. And the people and princes of Gilead said one to another, What man is he that will begin to fight against the children of Ammon? He shall be head over all the inhabitants of Gilead. That's all 18 verses of Judges chapter 10. Okay, how you doing there, Dan? Burning Bush's channel. Glad you're here. Like I said, we have 21 chapters altogether in the book of Judges. And God willing, we'll read another 5 of them, or 6 or something like that tomorrow. It's been a long day. Real long day. More than likely, I lost a good future laying hen. I had to clean the coop. And I got them all out one at a time, transferred them to a brooder box in the barn. That one got away. It's 6 months old, so it's not that much longer to go to start laying, at least, erratically, and then later as time goes on to get more consistent. But oh, that really got me upset. I was livid. So, but the pen is clean, and transferred the rest of them back into it. And if it's God's will, that hen will make it back tonight or tomorrow. Now it's dark. Chicken's eyesight is horrible at night. But we're out in the woods, and who knows what can get to it. Let me get some coffee added on. This is getting too cold for my liking. And I itch. I'm gonna take a thorough shower tonight. That's for sure. I mean, it just I did the large chicken coop, the largest one I have, yesterday, and then today I did that and lost a hen more than likely. Deb's not very happy either. It's the most beautiful one. She looks at that stuff more than I do. Me, I look at them as potential food providers, laying eggs. Like I said, those hens should be laying very soon, along with the ones that we've had for a while. That's disappointing. But anyway, what can you say? It is what it is. So I don't really have a lot. I mean, I know I'm looking at information, trying to think how I'll get it out to you. Now, when I have all of my teeth get pulled on the 15th coming up of September, I won't be able to talk much. That's probably the best time I can get some information out to you. I can show you articles. I'm surely not going to read them and sound like like I'm all bumbling. I can go ahead too and show you some clips of videos. Trump has turned out to be a great disappointment, but he's adhering to his elite papas, mamas, and papas. People used to say he can't be bought. Well, wrong. Kind of. Give me a second here. Trying to make sure this dust doesn't get in here into my laptop. President Trump is saying communities should accept AI data. Well, Trump can go blow. He needs to quit getting on his callous knees and blowing, like I said, his elite mommies and daddies. He actually did help some of the farmers, during his first term. And I know Iowa had a lot of good to say about him. I'd like to hear what they have to say now. Now, farmers, ranchers, whatever, they're being homesteaders. They're being driven out of their areas and taken over. Trump was a little b-boy, showing what sack he doesn't have, basically how he lacks. But the president to end all wars, yeah, sure. You think about it. I mean, it's good that the borders are closed. I am glad for that. How many more millions we'd have in here? It is now August. It's been 19 months, with a few days added on since he was re-inaugurated, and who knows how many more millions it'd be in. Plus, there's over 3 million that have been detained in the last 19 months. They'd be out yet too. But when you don't, the economy isn't any better. We're over $40 trillion in debt, and gas is no better. Gas prices. I don't know what the answer is. I used to say, well, we got to kind of keep Trump in there. You get somebody like a Kamala or whomever in there, they'll open the borders up, which they will. But, if they're just going to screw our country in other ways, I could take the approach. I don't know. Maybe it's not worth voting anymore. I don't know. I hate to say that, too. I can tell you this. You should probably take a look, see what's going on with your local politics. A lot of them are letting themselves be bought out, too, and they're voting against what the public wants. And because it does start at home. But it's kind of depressing. So let me look around. I didn't plan much of anything. I'm tired. I'm disgusted. More idiots here, I see. I'm looking at Mr. Burgundy's channel. I guess what confuses me, and I don't know if it's the elites ordering Trump or what they're doing, because I don't see, yeah, she's higher up in status than we are. From my home state, the pedo worshiper, incestuous piece of trash bait, Ilhan Omar of the 5th Congressional District in Minnesota. I don't know what's so wonderful about her. How long do you have to investigate someone? The proof is there. It's on the straw with her brother that she had married. She did other things too with money, is her income, and inside trading. And I mean, how long do you have to investigate this nonsense? Give me a second, folks. I need to turn the washing machine back on. We're putting it through another cycle. Just give me a few seconds. All right, what do we got here? I don't know. Let's see. Let's start with pole dancer ALC from the 14th Congressional District of New York. Watch her dumbass. Okay. So I don't know what else to do, folks. Deb is sleeping. She's exhausted. She was out there for part of that when we were trying to catch that dumb hen. Oh, that sucked. It was all for naught. Oh, maybe she'll show up. I don't know. Hold on.
But what about me?
I live in one of the 23 states that still prioritizes gender identity over sex.
In my state.
Oh, what are you gonna do? Let me look at the side chat here. Same thing, nothing yet. Okay, well, I already knew they didn't want to become a state, part of the United States. Duh. Well, let's see what PEDO Chomo worshiper has to say. What are you gonna do? I mean, welcome and shalom to Texas. Glad you're here. All right, I'll do probably one more. I don't know. I don't feel like listening to Joe Biden. Hold on, let me refresh this, see what I've done here. I got that to put the link into, that to put the link into. All right, we'll do one more. Good old Hillary. I never, even though I voted for Clinton Gore back on a Tuesday evening, November 3rd of 1992, up in Duluth, Minnesota, I never liked back then First Lady Hillary Rodham Clinton. Couldn't stand her. I remember the national health care campaign she went on. Anyway, let's do this. Oh, what are you going to do? What are you going to do? All right, these will be the 3 right here. I'll have to put the links up to, and I had it on. Can you see me now, Hoss? Let me know. Anybody else, let me know if there's any tech issues going on here. So, I mean, I did all 5 chapters today, chapters 6 through 10 with judges, and chatted for a bit. I actually, in the beginning, I went and got the coffee pot going before I even started reading. I mean, it's all there. It should be. I'll check it. So, let me look. Well, let me look. Hold on. I'll check something else here, because I always cover up my yeah, I can see it when I go back on my phone. I don't know. Yeah, I don't know. I don't know what to tell you. It might be on your end. I hate to say. Yeah. Why? I just checked my thing and I could see it when I go back. I'll do it again. Hold on. Doggone it. What happened? Well, maybe it is on my end. I don't know. Just thought I had it. I don't feel like listening to Joe Biden. Maybe I screwed it up. Hold on, let me refresh this, see what I've done here. Got that to put the link. Yeah, maybe on my end, then I guess I screwed up. What are you going to do? All right, these will be the 3. I had it on there, I thought. On it. You know what? I'll try it again. Looks like Haas left already. Guess that's the way it goes. We'll try this one. Give me a second.
Vacation home big enough for everyone.
Okay, I don't know if you can see this or not. Let me look. I can see it even when I go straight up on my live stream part. If you can see it, let me know. If you cannot, let me know. I'll go ahead and play it. Yeah. That's Hakeem, I think.
If folks have been shortchanging the American people screwing over the American people or stealing from the American people, yes. Our commitment very publicly is that we're going to hold the crooks accountable.
Where have I heard that before?
If you're stealing from the American people, shortchanging the American people, or screwing over the American people, you're going to be held accountable.
Follow the facts, apply the law, and be guided by the United States Constitution.
We're going to follow the facts, apply the law, and be guided by the Constitution.
Echo, echo, echo.
And we've got to address that affordability crisis, which is not a hoax.
To discuss the affordability crisis that exists, that is not a hoax.
It's very real. I hear about it every day here in Brooklyn and across the country.
It's very real. It needs to be dealt with. I hear about it every day. In the community in Brooklyn and all across the country.
Am I am repeating myself, aren't I?
That we hold every single member of the Trump cartel accountable beginning on day one.
We're going to hold every single member of the Trump cartel accountable beginning on day one.
These people have unleashed unprecedented corruption on the American people.
On the unprecedented corruption unleashed on the American people.
All right, enough, you broken record, okay?
And we're going to continue to battle them on tariffs as we've done.
Battle the Trump administration on tariffs.
Battle them on Medicaid.
Battle them on Medicaid.
Battle them on the Affordable Care Act.
Battle them on the Affordable Care Act.
Battle them on Epstein.
Battle them on Epstein.
Battle them on ICE funding.
Battle them on ICE funding.
Battle them on the reckless and costly war of choice in the Middle East.
Battle them on the reckless war of choice in Iran.
And of course, battle them on the unprecedented corruption that has been unleashed on everyday Americans.
And battle them on the unprecedented corruption unleashed on the American people.
We all have moments of deja vu, but this was ridiculous.
When allergies throw a sucker punch, the power of Claritin is back harder.
All right, let me, okay. All right. Well, I will say this about Hakeem Jeffries. I mean, it is a reckless little battle or war, whatever you want to call it, with Iran, whatever. Like Hakeem's gives one shit about the American people. Right. Anyway, all I'm going to end up doing here is vent and go on a rampage here. I'm so sick of Trump and his little puppy dog follower, J.D. Vance. Is he old enough to be out of daycare? Who knows? But so we don't really have a lot. I mean, been a long day, like I said already. Lost a hen today, so more likely, I don't know. Hopefully it'll make it back. Stay healthy. Become a real good laying hen, but I don't know. So okay, folks, look, you take care. You keep stay safe out there. Stay on your guard. Keep your heads on your swivels and do the best that you can do. Trust Elohim to do it. So I don't know really what else to say. I'm not in the best of moods. I do want to keep doing God's word as long as I can do it. Like I said, my teeth will all be pulled coming up on the 15th. So I'll have to do other stuff until I can hopefully talk somewhat normal again. I mean, just having lacking a lot of teeth now, my tongue goes over half the time. But we'll see. There's a will, there's a way, if it's God's will. All right, folks. Peace, shalom. The Levite man is out of here. Later.